Uh, Before we started reading, I was discussing that I have shared with all of you the meditation. The meditation, actually, we have read in this chapter which kind of emotions we feel with associated with different centers. We have read about Muladhar, we have read about the Swadhisthana chakra and the third chakra, solar plexus. And it is true, as Vasu has mentioned in group in chat, that old wine in the new bottles. That is true. And at the same time, I have added that the older the wine, the more powerful it is. So this all knowledge and this all insights have been taken from our Indian culture, in our Indian ancient tradition. It all has been told, and our तो जो हमारे पूर्वज थे, जो ऋषि मुनि थे, उन्होंने सबने इस पे they have given a lot more about these chakras and these things. Now we are revising that. Maybe we would have forgotten our ancient science of chakras. Joe Dispenza has reminded us this thing, that and through his chapters was the repetition, and once again he was making us remind that thinking feeling loop that he has discussed in the beginning chapters. We all are caught up in the thinking and feeling loop, and they are stored in the form of emotions in different chakras. So I think, a question to all of you: have you got to know where your energy is stuck? Could you notice that? Because we have read about three chakras energies today. Could you notice, is your energy stuck in any of the chakras? You would have नोटिस, बिकॉज एवरीबडी सबने अपना अपना पॉइंट कर लिया होगा कि मुझे कहाँ पे काम करना है. Because now the thing is that we have to bless the energy centers. The previous chapters meditation bless each energy center, and wherever energy, wherever we pay attention, energy flows. So if we start paying the attention to different energy centers, they will be energized, and we have to pay energy in a positive manner. We have to empower them, we have to bless them. Otherwise uh, we are just paying attention in negative sense, in negative emotions which are undesired. I will not say, because all are required one, but that we don't desire. So those all emotions are being paid, paid attention. That's why the imbalance creates. Because when our energy is aligned, they all fall in the same line. Otherwise, uh, when when we start practicing the chakra meditation, we don't feel them, the all the chakras in the aligned posture. And we start, when we practice meditation for long time, chakra meditation, they get aligned because they should fall in the proper sequence on the spine itself. Otherwise, sometimes because when I take these meditations practice with my clients, they say that कि हमें यहाँ feel हो रहा है, हमें यहाँ feel हो रहा है. They should be, otherwise, because their imbalance moves their shift their positioning, and when they continue the meditation, they feel the energy centers aligned in the center, because the main thing is to create that balance, to align the centers. And when the energy centers get aligned, our life get aligned, because emotions get aligned, they get balanced, and a balance comes in our life. The thing that was being discussed in the beginning, in the middle of the chat, that energy flows from up to down, because that is a natural flow of energy. The gravity attracts, because इस नेचर को नेचुरल रूप से चलाने के लिए भगवान ने एक सुंदर व्यवस्था की कि सब कुछ नीचे चले. तो नीचे के चक्रास को इम्बैलेंस हो जाते हैं, बट दे कीप वर्किंग, बिकॉज उन्हीं से प्रकृति चल रही है. उन्हीं से यूनिवर्स चल रहा है, सब कुछ चल रहा है उससे, क्योंकि वो नहीं चलेंगे तो मतलब सब कुछ प्रकृति में नहीं, रिप्रोडक्शन रुक जाएगा, ये सब नेचुरल साइकिल बंद हो जाएंगे। तो इसलिए वो नीचे के सेंटर्स तो अपने आप से ही चल रहे हैं, भगवान ने उससे कि वो जानवरों में भी और इंसानों में भी, ह्यूमंस एंड एनिमल्स बोथ आर, उनके वो तीन सेंटर्स एक्टिव हैं ही हैं, एक्टिव हैं, बस उनको अलाइन करना है। और अब बात क्या है कि हमें हायर सेल्फ पे जाना है अपने, बिकमिंग सुपर नेचुरल। व्हाट इज दैट? दैट इज टू अपलिफ्ट द एनर्जी। बिकॉज जब आप व्यवस्था के मतलब व्यवस्था की तो नेचुरल व्यवस्था तो है, नीचे के सब चक्रास में जान फ्लो कर रही है ग्रेविटी से, बट जब ऊपर लेके जाना तो यू नीड टू पुट द एफर्ट्स। सो ऑल दीज एफर्ट्स हैव बीन guided by author itself to do the meditation. In each chapter he is directing us to do the different meditations, and ultimate goal of all the meditation is to uplift the energy to sahasrara and then to soul star chakras. Means upper, generally seven chakras are talked about, but one more chakra he has demonstrated in one of the figure, that is souls, named soul star chakras. So ultimate goal is to uplift our energy to the upper higher chakras. So that takes effort. Even in our Patanjali, Maharishi Patanjali, he guides for yoga and pranayams. One of the pranayam is there Kapal Bhati. I think you all would have heard about Kapal Bhati, and many of you would be practicing as well. After pranayam of Kapal Bhati, means that is yogic kriya. After yogic kriya of Kapal Bhati, we do Bahya pranayam. That is similar to the exercise that he will talk about in this chapter. Uh, because in that Bahya pranayam, we have to exhale. Because when we do Kapal Bhati, it shakes the energy in the Kundalini region. The Kundalini is Kundalini energy is sitting in the end of the spine. When we do the Kapalabhati, that shakes the energy. Now, if we don't redirect that energy, that will be consumed by the lower energy chakras. So, we at the end of the Kapalabhati, we are guided, or I generally prefer to practice the Bahya Pranayam. That is to exhale out and to tighten our lower muscles, butt muscles and pelvic perineum regions, all the muscles, all lower chakras are blocked with that. And then जो एनर्जी उठी वो कहाँ जाएगी? जब नीचे के एनर्जी चक्रास ब्लॉक हो गए तो एनर्जी कहाँ जाएगी? वो अपलिफ्ट होगी और अपर सेंटर्स पे स्ट्राइक करेगी। एंड व्हेन यू प्रैक्टिस इट रेगुलरली यू विल फील दैट। अब आप उसको प्रैक्टिस करके कैसे फील कर सकते हैं? बिकॉज दीज आर माई पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस आई एम शेयरिंग। I have done my Kundalini awakening through these practices itself. Then I took guidance also of someone. I used to do Kapal Bhati for longer, means 15 minutes, 16, 20 minutes sometimes. And then I used to do the pranayams. And I felt those energy centers opening up and uplift of energy to the upper centers. So, and I'm not saying for 15 to 20 minutes because we are not, sometimes we find sort of challenging to manage so much time. So at least 5, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes, at least 2 minutes minimum. Go for it, and then just tighten your lower muscles and block your lower three chakras, and then you will feel that uplift of energy. And along with this, the blessing of energy centers meditation, that will bring that change within your life. Few days practice will bring the awesome results in your life. You yourself will see your, means you will step upon becoming the supernatural. So, and one more uh, thing is there talked about in this chapter, neuropeptides, because they are like they they have been talked much about this. They are actually proteins in our nervous system. So they help to regulate our system. they regulates our stress, pain, appetite, sleep, and memory. So they are very important, and they get strengthened with the meditation, with the chakras healing plus pranayams, yogic kriyas. And one more yogic kriya I am planning to start with, and you too can join that practice. Khechri mudra. That takes long to take practice. While meditating, we can twist our tongue and touch the upper soft palate. And after few weeks practice, we would be able to touch our throat internal part where the tonsils. I actually I'm not from the bio means medico line, so I don't know that name. The behind the upper palate, the part that hangs, we ultimately we have to touch, but it takes few weeks. So I'm planning to join means practice the Khechri Mudra 1 2 minutes in the beginning when I start meditation. So you too can. That also help to open up the upper chakras, Sahasrara and upper the soul star chakra, Ajna chakra, means it will uplift our energy on the whole. At the end of the chapter, means today, I will summarize my thing that we have to uplift the energy to with the help of pranayams and meditation. And we all together are on the voice of becoming supernatural. And becoming supernatural is our ultimate goal to read this book. So I want all my fellow learners to practice the meditation and at your pace, and we will share the experiences also. Thank you so much. And I will also share my experiences. And the meditation I have shared with you, that I have practiced for more than 1 week, because this is the meditation I had practiced a few years back. Then I have means I was engaged with other activities and other meditations. And when I read that chapter, that reminded me that I have done, and the results were very awesome. And then I thought of I recorded in my own voice and started practicing. And then I found it wonderful. Then I thought of sharing with you all, because we all are on the same page. So thank you so much, and keep blessing yourself. God bless you all, and me too. Thank you so much. My heart gratitude to all of you for listening.
Thank you so much, Sanjana. It was like mind-blowing information and your sharing of your personal experiences.
My pleasure. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you.
Shall we close? Anyone wants to discuss anything?
Yeah, please, if anybody want to share something, we can. Otherwise, leave and we will stay in the.
Can I ask you a question, Sanjana?
Yeah, yeah, please.
So the meditation that you have sent and you have practiced, um, is it? I know it's based on the chakras as you mentioned.
Mm.
Um, is there a meditation? I mean, did you or were you influenced or has the author Joe Dispenza also
Hmm.
offer such kind of meditation? Have you seen? Is that what he's
Yeah,
offering?
I have at the end of each chapter, he shares the guided
Right.
meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So that the meditation I have shared, that is based on that is totally inspired by Joe Dispenza. That kind of meditation I have discussed that in our Hindu culture, all these things are already there. So I have practiced before also these type of meditations, guided meditation. Some books I have read on these type of meditation, because I have worked for a long time on chakra healing. That was my for my personal reasons. I was practicing the chakra healing, because when I learned Reiki healing, so I got to know about the imbalance of chakras, and I that raised my curiosity, and I started working upon my chakras, and they were so beneficial for me because the transformation in my life happened after that. So I started with that, and when I read Joe's chapter, the previous chapter, it was absolutely similar to the practices that I have done. So that chapter really inspired me. That's why I have mentioned in that inspired by Joe Dispenza, because he has inspired me to start that meditation again. So yes, it is totally inspired by Joe Dispenza.
Okay, Sanjana. Yeah, I totally um, agree with you in the sense that the chakras really make a big difference. I've worked on them too,
Mm.
and I find even the Chinese way of looking at our chakras is
Mm.
so mind blowing, and
Yeah.
it
Y- y-
makes.
mhm.
Go ahead, go
Yes,
ahead.
yes. Yeah, I was saying that in China also, even this knowledge and wisdom has gone from India. But Bhagwan Buddha, he has spread that knowledge in China. Because I was listening one of Osho's discourse. That is a complete set of discourses of Osho, Bodhidharma, and in that he has talked about how Indian wisdom passed on to the different countries like China. In China, Bhagwan Buddha is very popular among these people who want to follow any spiritual path. And it was means Bhagwan Buddha is more accepted in China even than India. The wisdom was passed on from India, and now I agree that they are means like if you talk about जो डिस्पेंजा, अब उन्होंने इंडियन विजडम को कैसे इतना अच्छे से साइंटिफिक अप्रोच के साथ समझाया, दैट इज ट्रूली एप्रिशिएबल। कि जो आज के बच्चे हैं जो स्पिरिचुअलिटी को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते, वो साइंटिफिक अप्रोच के साथ उसको एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं। सो मेन थिंग इज कि ह्यूमैनिटी का कैसे फायदा हो, कैसे ह्यूमन बीइंग्स एक राइट पाथ पे चलें, दे शुड बी अलाइंड विद देयर ट्रू सेल्फ। तो वो कहीं से भी हो, चाहे जहां से भी गया, जहां से भी जिसने भी किया उसको, बट द ट्रू एसेंस ऑफ दैट विजडम इज की अवेयरनेस फैले, एंड पॉजिटिविटी हो इस सोसाइटी में, हर पर्सन अपने ट्रू सेल्फ से मिले। दैट इज द ट्रू थिंग। सो दैट्स व्हाई आई ट्रूली रिस्पेक्ट जो डिस्पेंजा, कि उन्होंने कैसे उसको साइंटिफिक अप्रोच के साथ समझाया है, कि आज के बच्चों को हम बता सकते हैं कि दिस इज रिसर्च बेस्ड। जो हमारे इंडिया में बोला जाता था उसको, मतलब रिसर्च बहुत हुई उस पे, परंतु उसको साइंटिफिक, आज की साइंटिफिक वे में उसको वो नहीं समझा रहे थे। तो जो डिस्पेंजा जैसे लोग जो हैं वो आगे आए, एंड उन्होंने इसको साइंटिफिक अप्रोच के साथ समझाया, आज की जनरेशन के आगे रखा, तो इट इज वेरी इजी फॉर देम टू एक्सेप्ट इट। तो मुझे बहुत, आई ट्रूली रिस्पेक्ट दिस पर्सन थ्रू द बॉटम, बिकॉज ही इज ट्रूली, उसके लिए कोई, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द वर्ड टू टेल अबाउट दिस पर्सन। Words are falling short.
अभी सिरी की आवाज आई थी क्या?
लेकिन यहाँ तो नहीं आ रही थी।
सी एक्चुअली अगर हम थोड़ा सा ध्यान दें तो व्हाट डॉक्टर डिसमन इज टॉकिंग दैट थिंकिंग फीलिंग लूप,
हम्म।
वो थिंकिंग फीलिंग लूप एक तरीके से चल रहा था।
जी
एंड
बिल्कुल।
नॉर्मल थिंकिंग फीलिंग लूप ऐसा है कि भाई मुझे प्रूफ दिखाओ।
हम्म।
तो वो प्रूफ जब तक सामने नहीं आ रहा था
हम्म।
वी आर नॉट एबल, वी आर नॉट इन अ स्टेट ऑफ अप्रूवल कि क्यों मान लो कि
सही।
ऐसा ही है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
So, though this data was present to us, it was available to us
हम्म।
from the ancient times.
हम्म।
Kind of lifestyles we followed over last few centuries.
यस।
We like we miss the touch, or we miss the connection with that origin.
True.
अब हुआ क्या कि scientific researches were done and they discovered that okay, whatever these ancient uh, Indian texts or scriptures are talking about, they're actually true. So they actually figured out the scientific evidence. Like जैसे
Hmm.
Socrates के साथ हुआ था, like when he said the earth is round, nobody believed him.
Hmm. Even he was punished.
Yeah, because
He
आप
was
proof नहीं
punished.
दे पा रहे हो ना, आप proof नहीं दे
हाँ,
पा रहे हो। तो क्या होता है,
बिल्कुल
मेरा
बिल्कुल।
थिंकिंग फीलिंग जो साइकिल है वो कह रहा है कि यार ये बेवकूफ बना रहा है हमें।
जब पहली बार जब उसने ये प्रेजेंट किया कि अर्थ इज राउंड, तो ही वाज पनिश्ड फॉर दैट। फिर उसके
एग्जैक्टली
बाद किसी और पर्सन ने आके उसको प्रूव किया बहुत सारे डेटाज और फैक्ट के साथ, देन द उससे पहले तो
एग्जैक्टली
ये था कि
एग्जैक्टली
अर्थ इज स्क्वायर, उससे पहले ये
एग्जैक्ट
बिलीफ था।
सो फंडामेंटली वी आर वायर्ड लाइक दैट ओनली, हमें प्रूफ चाहिए
हम्म,
होता है।
बिल्कुल।
That's why what I share in my training sessions or in my when I have one-on-one session with my clients, कि मैं उनको बोल रहा हूँ, कोई अगर आपको कुछ बोल रहा है ना, आप उनको खाली एक छोटा सा फ्रेज बोलो, that phrase is show me the data. So, so when somebody is abusing you, instead of you arguing with that person, you just ask that person to show me the data. कम से कम पांच छह डेटा पॉइंट्स तो दो कि उससे उससे जो आप कह रहे हो मेरे बारे में सही।
वंडरफुल।
Yeah, and it's a very powerful statement. Just simply show me the data. बात खत्म. And the same thing applies also when somebody is praising you. बस क्या था, आपको कोई प्रेस करे तो आप ब्लोटेड होते जा रहे हो कि अरे मेरे बारे में कितनी अच्छी अच्छी बातें हो रही है, लेकिन
सही
आपको पता
सही।
ही नहीं कि वो किस आधार पे आपसे आपके बारे में अच्छी अच्छी बातें कर रहे हैं। समटाइम पीपल में टॉक गुड थिंग्स अबाउट यू इवन बिफोर विदाउट हैविंग एनी प्रूफ, क्योंकि उसका पर्पस है कि आपको अप्रूव करके अपना काम निकालना।
सही बात है।
Again, in that same case, you ask the same person that show me the data. कि किस डेटा के आधार पे आप मेरे बारे में ये बातें कर रहे हो? एटलीस्ट पांच छह डेटा पॉइंट्स तो दो, so that it proves that whatever you're talking about making sense. Now, in both the cases, what happens that you break that cycle of thinking, feeling, belief that you have already created about yourself. आप वहां से निकल के आते हो बिकॉज आपको पता चलता है कि मेरा प्रोजेक्शन क्या है, लोग मेरा परसेप्शन का जो मैं प्रोजेक्शन दे रहा हूँ उससे लोगों को क्या परसेप्शन हो रही है, एंड दैट परसेप्शन इज इंपॉर्टेंट। And once you get access to that perception, now you have a choice कि मैं इसको कैसे चेंज कर सकता हूँ, कैसे चेंज करके I can create a new way of looking at my thought, my thinking, feeling cycle. That is one of the reasons why whenever I take any session, थोड़ी देर बाद मैं लोगों को ये सवाल पूछता हूँ कि even I say this that before you ask any question, let me ask this question, that with all this new awareness that you got right now over last few minutes or last 15-20 minutes, what do you see possible for yourself? Because unless I see something possible for myself now, ये सारा ज्ञान ज्ञान ही रह जाएगा मेरे। It's just a knowledge. It's just the information. It is the info already available. Then that the discussion that we are having right now, this is already available in the YouTube, in the book form. Even Wayne Dyer has talked about it 35 years ago. The same concept in his book, The Power of Intention. यही बातें हो रही है घुमा फिरा के, है ना?
या
इवन उससे ही पहले ऑलमोस्ट एक सेंचुरी पहले 1934 की बात करो, व्हेन दिस बुक वाज पब्लिश्ड, थिंक एंड ग्रो रिच बाय नेपोलियन हिल, यही बातें हो रही है। ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट अ मास्टरमाइंड, व्हाइल ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट मास्टरमाइंड, जस्ट टू ब्रेक योर थिंकिंग फीलिंग साइकिल। नहीं तो मैं यही सोच रहा हूँ, वही बिलीव कर रहा हूँ, एंड दैट हैज सो मच इनग्रेन्ड इनटू माय होल बॉडी, जो मेरा अल्टीमेट सबकॉन्शियस सिस्टम है, सबकॉन्शियस ब्रेन है, कि मैंने उसको बिलीफ लेवल पे लेके चला गया, आई नाउ बिलीव दैट दिस इज ट्रू। उसी को ब्रेक करने के लिए ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट मास्टरमाइंड। उससे ही पहले आप चले जाओ, इवन लॉन्ग बैक बिफोर दैट, when some more such similar thoughts were there. The whole thing is now we have this scientific proof, so we can connect the dots. ये हमारे लिए फायदा हो रहा है as we are reading this book, Becoming Supernatural. See what Joe Dispenza is saying. In fact, what many of these authors are saying, that you are already supernatural. The only thing is you have forgot about it. आप भूल गए हो कि आप ऐसे हो. So let's get into that journey again. Let's come back to that journey again. उसी path पे आते हैं और आगे चलते हैं. So that you actually discover who you are.
True. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yeah.
So, is there someone else who want to, or we should sum up the session? Waiting to be curious to read the next part of the chapter.
Okay, how many of you remember the name of the chapter now?
Reconditioning the body to a new mind.
Everybody, reconditioning
No,
the
no, I
body.
can't decide for everybody. Everyone has to tell for themselves.
Reconditioning the body to a
But no
new
new mind.
mind.
Okay.
सर हमने बता दिया.
ना ना आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. I'm just trying to take you back that we are
Yeah,
reading the book
exactly.
or the story
Exactly.
called as Reconditioning Body to a New Mind or a
Yeah.
what you call like the new wine in the old bottle. मतलब नशे में नहीं रहना है, नशे से बाहर आना
नशे से.
है. So to Padma, let me put it in English. So the wine as it gets older, it becomes more intoxicating. So if you are having a new mind, it will create that intoxication is lost and you are refreshed every time. So when you have a fresh mind, you have a fresh thoughts. If you get proper rest, if you get proper thought processor or proper, then you get a better mind. Yeah. How many of you understood the part of the magnet that was given?
Yes, sir, understood.
Wonderful. Then I am done. Yes.
Sir, I'm happy about this chapter, what Sir Dispenza is telling, because in our society, talking about chakra, they'll talk, but nobody talks about sex, and that is connected to the chakra. And when we go through the line by line, we connect. Openly, it doesn't speak. And here in this group, we are speaking it up and healing ourselves indirectly.
No,
So
no,
that
it
is the
is
best
spoken
part.
in the books, but we haven't gone through the books. Maybe someone stops you from
Yes.
reading the books. So we
No,
don't know.
and
If you see the all
Osh.
the big temples that are having the architecture and all that, they will have all these details of the things that are there. So if you
Osh.
visit
Mhm.
Mahabalipuram, right from Mahabalipuram to Khajuraho or somewhere, everywhere it is shown. Those things are very clearly shown. All we don't
Yes,
see
no,
them,
sir,
or
yes.
I'm
our
talking
elders
about
don't let us show. So let us not say that it is not mentioned, but good that what
I'm
we are
talking
reading, it
about
is
at
mentioned.
family level, sir.
Yeah, in
When it comes to
family it is
family
also.
level, that
Of
way I'm
course.
talking.
Yes.
So here
You,
through this book, we are able to connect and open up and heal ourselves. And that when it comes to
uh,
family or in society that way, it
and
we it.
mhm. Of course it does. In one of the Osho's complete literature on this, संभोग से संवादी की ओर, because he says कि जब तक आपके अंदर सेक्स की एनर्जी नहीं है तो आपके अंदर जब तक काम की एनर्जी नहीं है तो राम की एनर्जी भी नहीं हो सकती, क्योंकि वो एनर्जी तो एक ही है, उसको नीचे से उठा के ऊपर ही तो ले जाना है. तो ही टॉक्स ओपनली अबाउट इट. ही वाज अपोज्ड, उसका बहुत विरोध हुआ था इस बात के लिए कि किस पे बोला, क्योंकि जो शो कॉल्ड महात्मा संत हैं वो इस बात को डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पाए कि ओपनली कोई सेक्स पे बोल रहा है. परंतु सेक्स के बारे में सोच सभी रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं, दुनिया चल रही है उसी से.
And that's
बट
what I'm
नोबडी.
trying to highlight here.
हाँ.
Yes,
हाँ,
we
दिस
hesitate,
थिंग्स.
but here, sir is telling in the line. I mean, Joe Dispenza, sir, he's openly scientifically connecting and bringing that awareness. That is the best part, and we are reading it. That's what I'm trying to tell.
Yes, yes, you are right, Ankita. In families, even nobody talks about sex. बस बच्चों को सेक्स एजुकेशन देनी चाहिए थोड़ी थोड़ी. उनको समझाना चाहिए जो उनकी एज के अकॉर्डिंग है. उन्हें बताना चाहिए कि एनर्जी है ये, उसमें छुपाया जाता है. अरे नहीं, इस बारे में बात नहीं करनी. बच्चे कर रहे हैं, बाहर देख रहे हैं, फोन्स देख रहे हैं, उससे नॉलेज ले रहे हैं सब. उनको उसके लेवल, क्योंकि वो क्यूरियोसिटी है, उसके बच्चे के अंदर क्यूरियोसिटी अराइज हो रही है और उस पे वो बात नहीं कर पा रहा. पेरेंट्स से बात करने लगता है तो उसे धमका दिया जाता है कि इस पे बात नहीं करनी. फ्रेंड्स में छुप छुप के बात करेंगे. अब जिनसे वो बात कर रहा है उनके पास भी अधकचरी नॉलेज है. तो वो उसको कैसा गाइड करेंगे वो समझ आती है। बट उनको कोई मास्टरमाइंड गाइड करने वाला चाहिए। तो इस तरह की चीजें, इस तरह की बुक्स, इस तरह के लिटरेचर पेरेंट्स को पढ़ के बच्चों को गाइड करनी चाहिए, ताकि वो बड़े होके जब सोसाइटी में जाएं तो सेक्स का उनके दिमाग में हवा नहीं होना चाहिए। नहीं तो सारी एनर्जी सिर्फ उसी पे लगी हुई है बच्चों की, सिर्फ उसी पे लगी हुई है।
Yes, ma'am.
क्योंकि
The
एक
chakra when we
एक
connect.
एक एक नेचुरल फ्लो है ना नीचे जाने का, तो सेक्स एसोसिएटेड है नीचे के चक्रा से, तो नेचुरली उसमें फ्लो हो रही है। पूरी एनर्जी बच्चों की यूज वही हो रही है। बच्चों की क्या, यूथ की भी है, यंगर जनरेशन की भी। मेरे पास इतने केसेस आते हैं इन्हीं से रिलेटेड की कैसे अब चक्रा बहुत हेल्प करता है, इसमें बहुत हेल्प करता है पर उसमें जाने में, चक्रा मेडिटेशन।
Sanjana, can you
जी।
please? I think that all of us speak Hindi. But I think Padma doesn't. So maybe you can,
ओके
yeah,
ओके ओके,
now
आई वाज सेइंग
because
दैट
no, this
ओशो
information
है।
is so important. So I think you should translate it
ओके
into English.
okay, I will translate. Actually, I am talking about that Osho has openly spoken about this from sex to samadhi, sambhog se samadhi ki or. He was opposed for this thing because Indian gurus could not digest that he was openly speaking about sex. Everybody is doing sex, everybody is thinking about sex, but nobody is ready to talk about. Like everybody is eating, indigestion problems, but nobody is accepting the sex also, sex related issues like issues like digestion, headache. If you have headache, if you have digestion indigestion problem, you can talk openly. But if you have a problem related to sex feelings, you cannot talk to your family. So what is this? So your child should be convinced for that this is a natural emotion and feeling, how to handle it. So parents should be educated for that, so that they could guide their child in the right way. They could guide that sex is not a thing to be hidden, because if they collect because they have a curious mind, and this is a natural flow of energy in the lower center, so they have those feelings, those emotions, and those curiosity for sex. So they collect information from the wrong sources. They talk to their peer group, and peer group of their same is what kind of information they can provide them if they have such kind of issues. So parents should be open up, because I'm working with students of all categories. So that's why I talk about parents, because parenting has not been taught to the people. And for me, if I happen to decide anything regard parenting, I would make parenting, learning parenting for each parents compulsory, and I will add this chapter also in the parenting teaching, that they should be educated by how to tell their children about sex. This thing I was talking about, because sex is very natural emotion.
I just want to share something with you, which you'll be shocked because I was also shocked. So some of you may know that I live in Germany. So when my kids were in the third grade, okay, third grade,
Mm-hmm.
so they were 8 years old. They already
Mm.
had sex education, and
Yeah.
they were separated into boys and girls, which is not normal. They are never separated, but only for this class they were separated, and they were taught how they had um, a model, a wooden or a plastic model, and of the penis and of the vagina. And
Mm.
the girls were taught, and even the boys were taught how to put a condom on a penis. And I was like, why so early? They could do it when they are 6 years old. But now, looking back, I think it was done so playfully, so it was not a big thing, no big issue. When they came and told me that they did this, it was just as if you're eating bread or something, not an issue. And I think that's
Mm.
why they have such it's such an open relationship to the body. Not, I'm not only talking
Mm.
about sex, to the body,
Mm.
how we are
Mm.
embarrassed to show and this and that. And even the boys, when the girl gets a period and in case she's stained, they don't laugh at her or anything, they help her out. because that body respect and body awareness has already been created at such a young age.
That's good. And at the same time, it does not mean that, see, that is the basic knowledge they have been provided with. But with this chakras, because see, when I first saw my child watching the such kind of content on phone, he was looking, and I suddenly went entered his room. I talked to him. Now this is the basic information there. But to next, how to utilize, how to uplift that energy, that is more important. Otherwise, their energy, this is the basic information. They are free from guilt now, your kids. And if the chakras or meditation would have been added with that, it would have made a great impact because the energy is same. That is the basic information they have been given. But if they are told that if such kind of emotion arise, because everything comes at the right time, if because that's why in western countries, mostly girls get abortion, pregnancies and all these things before 15 years. But this is the time that this when this energy should be saved and uplifted. I'm talking about that education as well. With this, that education should be added, that how this energy to be utilized and uplifted. Because when they flow with the nature, the energy will provoke them to have sex regularly only, and then their energy will be totally drained with that. And if they are told that how to lift that energy when you have such kind of emotion, how to handle that, so I think that education is more important along with that.
Yes, ma'am. And actually, when we are like, when we don't share, but outside in the society, we are afraid to be judged. So that again creates that
Yes.
feeling of,
Mm,
I mean,
mm.
that it starts from there. So
Yes,
when
of course. Mm,
because people around us will not understand, and we are
mm.
going repeating the same thing, and when we grow up, it turns out to be we don't know the science behind it. So
Of
that way,
course.
it will affect us, and in this chapter, it is mentioned the same thing. And then
Of
we get
course.
into healing and chakras.
Mm,
That is
mm.
indirectly we were harming ourselves. Child will harm themselves from the start
Of course.
because
Of
of the
course.
society's impacts as well.
That's why. That's why. Yes, true. You are absolutely right, Ankita. That's why I'm saying that we need to educate them that this is the natural feeling and how to handle that these emotions and feelings.
Yes,
Right handling also is to be
yes.
taught. And I
Then
teach
everything
them
will be sorted
indirectly
out.
because in India you cannot directly tell, otherwise parents will object. So I tell the students of my school and the students who come to me for counseling indirectly. I understand where their energy is stuck. So I guide them the right way, and many of them get changed. They are able to uplift their energy because I have got to know that where to work, where their energy is stuck. So that's all. Uh,
Yeah.
is there
Thank you.
anything else we need to discuss? Welcome, welcome. Is there
I'm
any
sorry
need?
if I opened up. I'm sorry if I was speaking something wrong.
No, no, no. You are not, Ankita. Just now you would have seen where guilt is arising. You would have got to know where your energy is stuck. Because if you are getting guilt for speaking whatever, because you were speaking whatever comes to your mind. So just speak it out. If we keep holding on those feelings, emotions we don't express, they get accumulated into our body, mind, and
Yes,
soul,
yes.
and they create disturbance later on. So just speak up. You should, and this is a very safe and right place to speak up. So don't say. I think you should
Okay,
just
ma'am.
see where energy is stuck and just practice the chakra meditation, and later on we can connect also for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and thank you so much. Is there something you want to share, or should I end the meeting? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Make your Sunday a great day. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you for joining.